Oh my god, I almost had a perfect intro.
Welcome in, everybody, to episode 27 of Sundays with Sin. This is my lovely guest here, the famous Georgie Jorts, as she has many, many nicknames around here in the community. Jordan and I have known each other for 6 years this past October. And we have a very, very interesting start to how we got to where we are now, where you are officially one of my main bitches in charge. There every single stream, supporting every little step that I've taken when it comes to this whole journey. But before we dive into it, Jordan, go ahead and tell us a bit about yourself. Just introduce yourself to those who don't know who you are. To those who don't know who you are. Yeah, okay.
Everyone pretty much already knows me. But
Yeah.
I'm Jordan. I met Sin through our children share the same father. So
Yeah.
I kind of got stuck with her.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it started, was that my son was about, let's see, my son, he was
9 old.
8 or 9 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 months.
It just, yeah, 9 months, because it was October. That's when we met, was October. So
that's when I started.
Okay. So it was 9 months. My son was 9 months old. And then I just found out that there was this woman in my son's life.
Listen, that wasn't my fault.
No, we've talked about it a lot too. Like, like knowing what you know now, and like you weren't, not saying you weren't a mother because you did suffer loss, but you didn't have any children that were here at the time. And so you even said that once you had kids, like, you now understood where I was going with the
I should have met you first before meeting him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking, like, I thought for some reason this is like, if anybody in chat can go ahead and tell me, is this like, did the screen like black out, or am I just like imagining things? I
think you're imagining things.
Are you sure? Oh, it's just me? Okay, now,
yeah.
Cool. Got it. I'm crazy. Awesome.
Sure,
cool.
Well, we know she's crazy.
Okay. All right. So anyway, but yeah, we've talked, so you gotta think, 6 years, you know, that's basically in the past for us. We only bring it up because we like telling people about, you know, how we became where we are, because when we tell people, hey, we have the same baby daddy, you know, automatically they're like, wait,
well, you guys should hate each other.
Like, you should hate each other. You're friends? No. And we started originally just not even getting along. We
didn't.
Well, I'm saying, like, we decided that we were going to, no matter what, the kids were going to know each other. They were going to have a relationship with each other.
Right.
Even when we hated each other. And a lot of it had to do, I feel like, with our children's father. But I think it also had to do with the fact that we also were very, very immature still at this age. We had a lot of healing to still happen. Me especially. I know I did it myself. I still had a lot of trauma to like deal with and go through and heal from. I think that portrayed a lot into the bad relationship that we had.
Yeah, it definitely was a super rocky beginning. Because, I mean, I remember...
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. I remember we had met around Halloween, because we met at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
And you and your youngest son's dad were dressed up like the Incredibles.
Yeah. Because we were going to go to... we were doing a Halloween party. And then you were
Yeah,
supposed to come
and
to my bio mom's house on Halloween night, and we were all going to go trick-or-treating together.
I thought we did that year.
We did. That's what I was saying. We
Yeah,
did. That's how we met first,
yeah,
was we dropped him off a couple nights before for a Halloween
yeah,
party. But then Halloween night,
yeah,
you came by my mom's house, and we all went trick-or-treating together.
yeah,
And we did that actually a couple years.
yeah. We did. We did what, two
2 years, I
years? I
want to
want to
say we did. We
say.
did that year where we did me and Steve
You
were the
guys.
Incredibles.
Yeah,
Tobias was a lion in a cage, but it was like a wagon. And
yeah.
then Jameson
The
was,
foot.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
Right.
cut you off. I was just
No,
finishing the
I'm trying to.
costumes.
Yeah, I think he was a lion tamer or something like that.
Yeah, he was like a
And then
janitor or something, like cleanup crew.
yeah, I was dressed up like a vet or something like that. I was wearing
Yeah,
scrubs, I think. W
yeah.
log cabin.
She basically does. She
Um,
has like a log cabin for her house. Her house is
I,
actually pretty
I,
fucking cool, though.
I legit live in a log cabin. I live in
Yeah,
a 5,000 square foot log cabin.
yeah. Like all
It's
jokes
huge.
aside, um,
Um, and then the second year we all dressed up. The second year was when your youngest son
was
was
just born.
born.
He was
Yeah,
just
he
born on
was
the
just
first.
born.
Yeah,
Yeah. And we all dressed up like football players and referees.
yeah.
And he was a little football.
The dads were football players. They had their own like favorite jerseys or whatever. So it was the Jets and the Chiefs. And then Tobias was a Chiefs player. Steven was a little football because he was a newborn. He was like 3 weeks old. And then me and you were referees. You were a pregnant referee though, because you're pregnant with Kay.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I was over it that night.
But that kind of
I
ties
was
back into what
over
I was
the
saying. Would you say you were over it?
I was over the walking that night.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of walking. And you're like super pregnant too, so I can only imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I was 7 months pregnant, but my body was still over it because of the double kidney infection I had while pregnant with her.
Maybe about 7, 6.5.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Because she was
Born late
born in the end of
January.
January.
Yeah, and it was the
Yeah.
end of October. So about like 6.5-ish. Yeah. But anyway, um, that just kind of ties into like, what I had said before about how we've always said, like, we decided early on, we're like, we'll have a relationship, like, no matter what my feelings are towards you or what yours are towards me, like, this is my son's sister, this is her brother, and they're gonna have a relationship. And so I think we've done really good at sticking true to that. It's definitely gotten tougher because even though we live in the same state and it's not technically that far from each other, it's still gotten so tough to juggle. It's not just the boys I have now, it's
Right.
also Lynn's, and then I have to
Right.
go all the way out in the other state to go drive her and some
Get her.
chauffeuring.
Yeah.
And then by the time I have a free day, I look at you, I call you, and I'm just like, dude, I'm really tired. And you just go, yeah, I know.
Same. Same.
What do you think has been the toughest like struggle between like our relationship? Like, what has been the toughest thing for you?
When we were both pregnant at the same time. That was
Oh,
lovely, especially in the beginning.
yeah, when I tried fighting
When
you.
so yeah. So our youngest kid, or well, her youngest, my oldest, are 4 months apart. One's
Mm-hmm.
born at the beginning of October, and then my daughter's born at the end of January. So they're literally just a few months apart. So
Yeah,
it was
we had some
lovely for both
overlapping
of us to
months
be
there for
pregnant.
us.
Yeah, it was fun being pregnant at the same time. But I remember
Mhm.
at one point in time you called me a fuck face.
I
I don't
did.
remember like the context of the phone call or what, but I'm just laying in bed and Jameson was on the phone and all I hear was fuck face. She's a fuck face. And I was like, what
Oh
the
yeah,
hell did I
dude.
do?
I dude, I look back on it too, and I was just telling Negan this, and I was like, I was so fucking childish. I was just, and I had so much anger built up, and it was just like, for what? And it was just like all this shit that I had pent up that I didn't like,
And I
you know,
think I
do
I think it
anything
was
about it.
more the fact that he wasn't truthful on everything that was going on. Like,
That definitely played into it a lot.
yeah, which made you like have that resentment towards me because like why would this woman not want to meet me first before meeting my kid? And like I said, if I had known that prior, I definitely would have been like, yeah, well, I'll meet her. Like, I have no issue with that
Yeah, of course.
before meeting him. But he never once told me that. And
Yeah.
I think the first night that I even met him and Tobes,
Hmm.
they stayed the night. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I didn't care.
That's
But now looking back, I'm
wild.
like, yeah. Now looking back, I'm just like, well, did she want to meet me? Did she not want to meet me? Like,
Yeah. No, I think a lot of our difficulties, I feel like they were definitely within like the first like a year.
yeah,
I
because
do
then
I do gotta say when my
then I ended up moving in with him, and you didn't know
yeah.
about that either until you saw me in the living room
I
window.
did. I came to go drop him off with his dad, and
So
then you're right there. And I'm like, okay,
so
so
it's
this is
actually quite funny.
serious.
It's quite funny. The house that she lives in now was the house that I lived in when I was with our kids' dad.
I lived here with him too.
Yeah.
I've lived in this
Like,
house so many times because it's a family owned home.
yeah,
And
it's a
so
family
it's
home.
been in my family for like 20, 25 years. So, or it's 20 years actually. 20 years it's been in my family home. So, I've lived in it a few times.
Yeah.
But I think what I was gonna say is that there were a couple good moments that we had though, like as your pregnancy progressed with Kay. I would be like driving through the area and I would call you and be like, do you need anything? And you would be like, I am craving a McDonald's sweet
A
tea right
sweet
now.
tea.
And I would be like, all
Or
right, bitch, coming through.
or I did your youngest son's gender reveal.
Yeah, you
You
did.
had
You were
gotten
there for that.
you got that little card that had it on there, and
We
I
did.
sat there and scratched a little part of it off, and I was like,
So
you were
to
you were wanting a girl so bad.
yeah,
And
to
I,
kind
I
of
saw the
like
little blue. I was like, oh,
explain to everybody what happened. So when I was pregnant, obviously we were pregnant at the same time with her oldest, my youngest. We were both pregnant at the same time, and I went ahead and I'm like, we wanted to do a gender reveal. We wanted to be surprised by it, and there was so much bullshit surrounded by that with my son's father's family where they were just like, you should let us all be in the room with you so we can find out at the same time.
oh,
And
who
I
was
was like,
there that day? Just so coincidentally, they were at the park we
my
did it
bio
at.
mother.
Yeah.
Yes. Cause she started yelling my name and she's like, Sam. And I was like, Mom.
And she's got blue literally
And they just
all
splattered
over
all
her.
over me. And she was like,
We
so you're having a boy? And I was like,
we
yeah, please don't tell
that was
anybody
a
yet. We just found
right.
out.
Yeah, and you had the photographer doing photos that she was gonna edit, and that way you guys could post them and stuff. But we had
Yeah.
gotten bottles like you would see at a restaurant for like a ketchup bottle, and
Hmm.
I put paint and water in it, and Tobes was able to sit there and squeeze it because he was only what, two at the time, one and a half, one,
At this time, he was
about one and a half, right?
not even 1.5 because I think it was like early spring that we found out what we were having.
Yeah,
Because we found out we were pregnant that new year.
yeah.
And then it was like, because it wasn't really hot out or anything. We went to the park. I believe it was the same park we did our mommy and me photos at. It was just different areas.
It is.
Yeah, because we went to like the
I
creek area for the mommy and me photos.
Yeah.
And then we
I
went
actually
to the
still
field.
have the photos from your gender reveal.
I do too. I keep all of them. But
well, yeah.
But yeah, so it was just funny though, because like Jordan, you know, she's my ex-fiance's, well, ex-husband's baby mama, new girlfriend, baby mama. And I have her sitting here doing my gender reveal for me. I remember, excuse me, I'm getting over being sick, guys. I remember I got so much shit for it from like several different people. They're like, why are you pretending to like her? Why are you pretending this? Y'all think everything's, you know, fine and dandy, yada, yada, yada. This is embarrassing. I was like, no, it's not embarrassing. I was like, because me and her literally fight like we're fucking sisters, bro.
It would be embarrassing if we didn't get along for the kids. You know, I get asked that all the time because my kids don't have the same dad. And my son's dad is already married and they've got my son's little sister. And someone's like, well, ain't it weird? And I was like, not really, because
it's weird if we don't have a relationship, if we don't get along with each other.
It'd be weird if I never talked to her or
like,
anything
bitch,
like
we're
that.
all related to the same kid. We're all related to the same, like we're literally, we all have a relation to the same child here. We're a family.
Right.
You know, and that's
exactly.
That's what kind of got me when some people make comments and they're just like, oh, this is all facade, like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not, at the time, no, we weren't the best of friends, you know? We weren't the best of friends.
Right. We fought, but I mean,
all the time.
it was like we were sisters, and
I think
just fought over the randomest stuff.
I think the part that really started solidifying our relationship with each other and like where we are now, because now I can confidently say like Jordan is definitely my best chick friend, because I mean that's 6 years, bitch, 6 years. You know, do we talk every single day? Not all the time. Sometimes I forget to call you back. Still very sorry about. I am working. I'm working on
or
it.
Anything.
This week doesn't count. I was like dying. It does not count.
You were not dying.
It was bad. But I think what really like started solidifying our relationship with each other is when I went through the breakup with Stevie's dad. And I was at like a really, really dark place in my life. And I was like, I have nowhere fucking to go. I have 2 children. I was like, I have a job. I have a vehicle. I don't have anything else. And Jordan sat here and was like, here, let me talk to mom real quick. You know, because, and we're going to segue into, you know, we're going to talk about, you know, Jordan's life as well. Because there's some real interesting things about you, you know, about a lot of things that you've overcome.
I was going to say, I'm kind of scared now.
You should be. Everybody gets scared when I mention like anything like that. They're like, oh no, I didn't prepare for this. But that's what happened. And so I move in with you. I'm living on your couch. I buy your family a new couch so we could pull out into a futon for me. So I had a bed to sleep on.
Which we literally put on the top of her car.
We did. I had a Highlander.
Yeah, so, this heavy ass pull-out couch.
It wasn't like it was a sedan or anything. Okay, Jordan's a little dramatic. It wasn't like it was a sedan. It was an SUV. No,
it was a fairly small car.
It was not small. I had third row seating.
But for the couch to fit on top of it, it was a small car.
Fair. It was. That's fair. But I will. So. My point, though, okay, you're right. That's fair. It was small, in retrospect of what we were trying to haul. But that's really whenever our relationship started actually getting to the point where it was like, this is my friend. You know, is that we moved in together and we literally like for months It was a few months we lived together. I think it was like 3 maybe tops.
Yeah,
It
something like that.
wasn't too terribly long.
It wasn't
It
too
gets
long,
it gets
but
confusing because there's time whenever it was like I was over every day anyway too, or every other day. You know, like every week I was coming by. So it gets to the point where it's like, shit, was I living with you at this point? Did this really happen? Am I hallucinating? I would say that's what it was. I even that was one of the things that kind of like tied me and Negan was that sorry, my eyes watering too. I'm getting new contacts tomorrow. Don't yell at me. Yes, again, don't yell at me. But whenever me and him met, he was living with his baby mama's mama, you know, because like that's a whole different story and shebang of how
I was
that
gonna
happened.
say,
But
I've never heard that.
I did tell you about this, but to be fair, if I were to sit here and try and write down everything that I tell you all the fucking time, we would need like 16 books easily.
Yeah.
I am streaming.
Honestly,
Your baby daddy needs to get a grip.
that's
Speaking of baby daddy, he literally just tried calling me. I gotta text him, let him know. I'm live right now. Let me just
he
do that
knew
real quick.
about it tonight. Oh my God.
Tell him I said hi. I'm definitely not telling him that you said hi because he is not your fan at all. That's one I need to get on the podcast. That'd be interesting. Tuba is probably one of my longest friends that I've had. I didn't want to get into, you know, Tuba as well because in comes, you know, I'm living with Jordan. I'm FaceTiming my best guy friend, Tuba, and I'm sitting there. Hi, baby. I got a best guy friend. Here we go. Okay, no, I'm FaceTiming this mofo. And then he's like, oh, who's that? Oh, she's cute. Oh, who's that? Tuba gets Jordan's information. Next thing I know, I'm picking her up for a one night stand at his house. I'm like, oh, well, you guys are fucking welcome. What if I was trying to hit, you know?
What is more funny about that is the simple fact that I wore a very skimpy outfit over there. And I wore his pajama pants home.
Skimpy
well,
does not.
We had to meet with
Skimpy does not even begin to describe the outfit that you wore over there, bitch. You walked outside in a whole ass lingerie outfit.
I honestly think it was a swimsuit cover, but you picked the outfit.
I did. Yeah, no, I did. Whatever. That was me. Yeah, I did.
So
that.
You can't say anything. But no.
I knew what you were going over there for. I was just trying to help you.
The fact that we actually ended up meeting up with said baby daddy that hates Tuba.
Yeah, he does.
That morning to pick up the couch.
Oh my God, was that all the same weekend? Your parents were out of town that weekend.
That was the same. Yeah, they were camping and they had my daughter.
Yeah, they were camping that weekend. We had no kids, no responsibilities. And Jordan's like, I'm going to go get laid.
Responsibilities.
And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to transport you to my best friend's house. Go have fun. This is nice. And you guys know, like, you know, you're single, you're the best guy friend. Like, what if I was trying to, you know, finally do something there?
Hold on. I have a picture of the outfit.
You can send it to Troa. We're not posting it on stream.
Am I going to get in trouble for showing? Okay.
I don't know.
It's not as.
Hold on. Let me wait on. Wait.
It's not as bad as you think.
Wait. Let me just see here real quick. All right, go ahead and show me. You're not on stream. I took you off.
Oh my.
That definitely doesn't look like the outfit you wore.
That swear to God, that is the outfit I wore over there because. Here's the picture. Did you keep me up? Did you put me back? So see, so you never took you never took me off.
Oh shit! No, I did. I did take you off. I did take you off. But first of all, they didn't actually get to see fully what it was. Just so you guys know, it was not a nude at all whatsoever. It was a picture of someone's back.
Oh, that was Tuba's back. Sorry.
I know it was Tuba's back. I wasn't trying to say nothing, but shit.
I don't care.
Jesus
I ain't got no
Christ.
secrets.
This podcast has become completely fucking unhinged. I'm gonna resign. This is my last episode ever. Sorry guys. I'm never doing this again. No more episodes. Sunday's is canceled. I'm just over this.
What is that supposed to mean, Troa?
I don't fucking know what that's supposed to mean. That's crazy.
I honestly don't know either.
If there is
I promise it.
If there's any kick staff watching, I just want you to know it was not a nude. If you need me to send you the picture for reference, I definitely can.
It was not.
It wasn't. It was somebody's back. It was not anything lewd or there was no nudity. It was nothing inappropriate. Exactly. I need to go on the record and say, I mean, kick staff loves me. I have a good relationship with, kick staff. But just for clarification purposes, also my thoughts are my own.
I promise it was
I am not associated with this person at all whatsoever. Yes, they are my mod. That does not mean anything. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway. What up, Toast? Welcome in. And hi, Papa. So anyway, back to all of this. I just find it funny that maybe I was trying to finally sleep with Tuba. Maybe I was gonna give Tuba a chance, and then you're just like, just kidding. I'm gonna do it first. At least I made him wait, fucking, shit, man. Me and Tuba met freshman year? It's 2009.
You know what? You only live once.
Yeah.
So why not take the chance?
That's very insightful. Wow, you're so nice. You're so nice. Ask Waters how long. Okay, Tuba. I'm done reading your comments in chat right now. That's a whole nother story too. That's a different podcast, different person. But anyway, what's up, Berserk baby? Spit on it. I'll have to edit this part out from the podcast. That's totally fine. I have so much editing to do. So anyway, we'll get back to.
I asked you what was I not allowed to talk about, and you're like, I don't care.
The only thing. That's it. The only thing that I just don't want to get into because it would take us 15 hours to discuss.
I honestly don't.
I'm gonna let you just think on it for a second. Just take a wild guess, but we'll just.
I'm not the brightest crayon in the box.
Jordan, you are such a pretty color in the box. Anyway. So let's get back to this. So are we okay? So I'm living with you. This is what made us. This is our relationship. This is where we started becoming really friends. And even though there was a bad falling out with your okay, I'm ignoring that. Even though there was a bad falling out with your mom, that didn't have anything to do with. It did, but it didn't have anything to do with you. Me and you didn't have the falling out. Even though that happened, we still maintain throughout all of this, all the ups and downs of it, we still maintain that our kids were going to know each other, and they have to this day. So much so
she actually
that
just asked to see her brother.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll have him call after the podcast if she's still up. So much so though that you've had another child with another man. I've had another child with another man. I've adopted another child with another man, and all of our kids know each other. They all refer to you as Georgie. All of our children know each other. Your daughter asked for all three of my kids, not just Tobias. A lot of the time it is her brother, but she'll ask for all three of my kids. And she'll ask for
Where's
me.
my
She'll
brother
ask for my
at?
streams. She'll ask why. The other night she asked you, why isn't Sam
She
streaming?
did.
You know?
She goes, Sam doesn't stream tonight. I was like,
Yeah.
no, she doesn't feel good. Oh, okay.
So let's jump into that. Okay, so we covered like the whole like weird fucking dynamic. So we have the same baby daddy. Okay, we're fighting, we're bitching, we're arguing, but no matter what, we're like our kids are gonna know each other. I move in with you. We become friends. This is, let's see, me and Corey been together for almost 3 years. So this is like 5 years ago, almost. Not
No,
full, not five. No, not five.
because
4 years.
I was gonna say it's gotta be
Like
3 or 4 years ago because I think the kids were like 1.5,
Steven had
maybe.
just had
Not
his first
even.
birthday.
Yeah. So it had to have been like 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, Steven just had his fourth birthday. So anyway, so then we go ahead, like life moves on a bit, some things happen, whatever, blah blah blah. Not really much has happened in our relationship until the last year when I started streaming. And then you came into some of my very first streams, and immediately, right off the rip, you become one of my mods. How has that been being introduced to the streaming world as somebody who doesn't really partake in the shit?
I actually, fun fact, I watched a guy that I was talking to who's like a family friend originally, like every once in a while on the other app.
The
But
other
then
app.
eventually I was
See, you've
like,
gotten down to the lingo too. You're such a good mod.
and I watched him on that for a little while, and then she had posted on, I think, Facebook, or she had sent it to me, and was like, "Oh, add me, come watch me,
Oh, Berserk
whatever."
with the 20, what?
22.
22 viewers. I promise everyone, I'm not drunk. I'm just stupid. Thank you, Berserk, for that host. How was your streamy stream? FYI. FYI, you're still banned in Denny's. Oh, okay. All right, bud.
It's
okay. Yes, if anybody wants to know, I've been having to do Canva posters for anything that I do for the past 2 weeks now because this lovely gentleman here in chat. And no, it wasn't even that. It's the lovely gentleman in chat here named Berserk went ahead and gifted 50 subs to Denny's chat so I can get banned for 14 days. Lovely guy.
It was 30.
It was going to be 30 for 100 subs. They met in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Deserved. Get fucked. Yeah, okay. All right. That's okay. Thank you, Berserk. I hope you had a great stream. We are just doing episode 27 of Sundays with Science podcast we do every Sunday. I don't know why the fuck I was looking over here. My camera's right there.
Sunday.
This is my sister wife, sort of, named Jordan. And you chipped in. Oh, Jujitsu. Oh my God, I love your username. 100%. That has been one of my favorites I've seen so far. Jujitsu. Is it 69? Is that what it says? I can't even see it. Is it 89? I'm so blind and dyslexic. 69 would be better. Is it 89? Is nobody going to help me right now? Does it say 69 or 89? You're muted. You're muted. You're still muted. That's great. Is it 89? It's 89. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Jordan's muted right now. I think her headphones gave out. 24. I saw that one. You guys don't understand. My contacts are so fucked up now. 17, 38. Okay, what? Just kidding. Sorry. I mean, I can tell that you're trying to talk, but no audio is coming through on my end. Did we? I don't have anything on my end. Yeah, I know she's still muted too, but this is fun. Do you want to play charades? We can do charades. Buzz pay us to be here. That's fine. I appreciate it. Have you tried unmuting? My pod's disconnected. Ah, ha, 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 ha. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Have you tried unmuting? Have you tried that? Can you even hear me? Hold up a 1 if you can hear me. Hold up a 2 if you can't hear me. Oh, okay, got it. She can hear me. I'm so bad at charades. Can you move slower so I can try and guess what you said? Big ears. This is fun. Dumbo? Is it Dumbo? Is that the answer? This is, oh my God, this is great. I love this. It's a podcast of me just talking to my computer screen. So, hey guys, for anybody who is still around from Berserk's stream, I do appreciate it. This is definitely it's a podcast really for those in the community who wanted to know the origins of me and Jordan. Either you're holding very, very still or you've frozen. If you're holding still, that's Oh. No, this is going good. This is great. Jesus fucking Christ. Can we ever have a normal fucking stream ever in my life? Like, can we just have one stream where something doesn't fucking go wrong? Like, I just want to know. Jordan, just exit and come back. Just disconnect and come back. Just Lord have fucking mercy on my soul. Hey guys, we're gonna take a brief intermission here, and just talk to you guys today about oh, she's back in here. I love you too, Nomi. Thank you so much. Why don't you try talking before you try turning on your camera right now? Guys, I just want you to know this is so fucking. I lose my shit. This is great. Your camera's not even connecting now either.
Hello, motherfucker.
Your laptop just hates us. Jujitsu, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now. Like, this is. Oh, shit. This is funny. I'm so glad I didn't show that on camera. Because that was such a hideous freeze of your face, Jordan. I just want you to know. This is the best thing ever. Oh, she's back in. She's muted. Yes, I got verified. No, we got verified not last Sunday, the Sunday before. It's been 2 weeks officially. You're actually muted in Discord now, so hit the unmute button.
Hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, perfect. What's up, Ultra? Yes. I did. We did it, LV. We did it.
I had to get on my phone.
Perfect. Now tilt your phone clockwise, not clockwise, landscape mode.
Like this?
Yeah, turn your auto rotation on, man. God, such an amateur, guys. This is so painful.
Pure chaos.
Rotate the
Now
other
it's
way.
okay.
You're upside down. Girl, help me. What is going on? This is the worst. I hate it here.
Guys?
I hate it here. I'm so done.
I'm done.
Jordan is a fucking boomer, bro. Like, what the fuck is this shit? First you go muted, then you fucking freeze up, then you get in here, your screen's not auto-rotated. I'm just like, you're killing me! You're killing me!
I'm trying.
Lord have fucking mercy. Thank you again. No, I'm very, very excited. Thank you. I'm happy. I'm proud of myself too. I'm proud of all of us. It was a really emotional moment. You can actually find it in the clip section. It was a Sunday before my birthday. It was February 18th. February 18th is a day that we got verified here on Kick. We did a episode of Sundays with Sin with Whittle Bears. We did an OBS bot giveaway. And then why am I echoing right now? Why are you upside down again?
Pulled stream up on my laptop, trying to figure out my camera so I could see it, and it's just doing it upside down. So you're SOL on that.
What? What's it? Guys, listen.
I'm gonna get her to have a stroke, guys.
Just
Sorry.
mute the computer. Mute the computer and then put the phone down on the computer.
I did mute the computer. When I set it down, it does this.
Do it the other way.
It does this.
What is wrong? What kind of phone do you have? What is wrong? What is happening here? I don't understand. Why is there nothing but chaos? It's okay. It's fine. You know what? I have no fucking idea what is happening right now. Guys, I need a new mod. Jordan's this is the end of our friendship right here. We've been through so much shit together, but this is what's killing us.
Today.
What? Part of that cut out? I have no idea what you just said.
I'm gonna cry.
Can we cry together?
Yes.
Okay.
This is how our friendship goes.
There's no camera now. What is happening?
Sorry.
Dog. Okay. So that was a great intermission.
Can you hear me?
So yeah, we can hear you, Jordan. We can hear you. So back to our regular scheduled broadcast here. So anyway, Jordan, go ahead and there was something I did want to bring up about, in all seriousness, about
Hold on, 'cause I can't hear you.
Okay, great. No, that's fine. That's great. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. I'm all done. There we go.
Okay. So
okay, what would you like to bring up?
Another reason why Jordan and I decided to do this podcast for the start of March to kick March off is because March is known as MS Awareness Month. And Jordan is wearing her shirt. I just realized it. Jordan is she has MS. So tell us a bit about how old were you when you first got diagnosed with MS?
So I was 17. It was July. We had our power go out. Storm came through, knocked our power line down. And we were without power for like 5 days. And the heat had actually gotten to me and caused what they call a flare up or an exacerbation, I think is how it's pronounced. I don't freaking.
It sounded right to me.
And I was. That doesn't help me. You're wrong all the time.
Fair. Okay, I'll go fuck myself.
And I was pretty much paralyzed on the entire right side of my body. When I went to an urgent care, because eventually I was able to like walk and stuff, it's just like my knee would not bend to save its life. I went to an urgent care and they're like, oh, you have a pulled muscle. If you oh my Jesus. Tuba, I can't stand you.
I hate our friends. I hate our friends so much. I'm just gonna read this comment.
As a friend first.
I'm just gonna read this comment out loud for our listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Calling Tuba says, You got MS from a storm. You're like an X-Man.
Sure.
That's what you want to call it, bud. Anyway.
Wheelman, I'm glad you're enjoying the chaos. And after a couple days, it didn't get any better. They're like, okay, well, you need to follow up with your pediatrician. And I was like, okay. So I went in there. Well, I've always had chronic migraines like my entire life, like to the point where some days I literally could not be in a room if a light was on.
I remember those.
And so they sent me to a neurologist, and they did scans of my spine and my brain, which those suck. They take 3 hours to do because they have to do your brain. They have to do from the base of your skull to like midway down your spine, and then the rest of your spine. And they're like an hour long each. And then I also did a spinal tap. So they stuck a needle, probably about that big, straight into my spine. Yeah. Obviously I was numbed and stuff, but it's still, like, it didn't hurt, but it was still annoying.
You can
because
still feel like pressure too, and like you have to stay still and like not move. Would you say it was similar to like an epidural?
I don't know. I've never had one.
Oh, you didn't have an epidural. That's right. I forgot. You're better than me. I took all the drugs.
Both kids natural. Nope.
I said, fuck it. I want them all.
No, I didn't. I was like, eh. I mean, my oldest, I probably could have if I had gone longer because I was in labor with her for 18 hours.
Yeah, I know.
But my youngest, I was in labor for like 3 hours, if that. And I was up laughing like this, having pure conversations the entire time.
Yeah, that's how it was with Stevie for me.
Yeah. But they sent me, like I said, to the neurologist, did all of this testing on me. And he's like, yeah, you have MS. You have lesions all over your brain, all over your spine. I have a 3-centimeter lesion on my rib cage even. And basically what a lesion is it's dead nerve. So it, like, my spine controls everything from my hands working to my legs working to even my bladder, my bowels, like everything in my stomach. And so it started like dying off. My body was attacking itself, and that's what caused the entire right side of my body to just say, screw you, I'm not doing it anymore.
Did you have any other signs prior to this storm happening?
No, besides the migraines, none.
Okay.
But when I get overheated, my symptoms intensify. So, like, if I get too hot, I get what I call spaghetti legs, and I literally cannot walk.
I've been there for those.
Yeah. But other than that, no, I didn't have any symptoms. And you got to keep in mind, I was starting my senior year of high school. I ended up not graduating high school because of this. I actually failed by a quarter because of the teacher that was supposed to be coming out a couple times a week to help me with stuff, because the other teachers weren't really telling her or sending notes or anything like that. We were just pretty much thrown to the wolves about it. I failed, I think, 2 classes for a semester, or a quarter, not a semester. And I ended up being told I wasn't going to graduate and got my GED before everyone even graduated. So I was like, it's okay, it's whatever. And it's funny because one of the last speech, because my high school you had to take a speech class. One of the last speeches I ever did was
in high school. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I got it. It didn't click for a second. I was like, speech in high school, but yeah, I understand now.
Yeah. you had to do a presentation on something, or an informative speech is what it was.
Yep.
And I did it on how I thought I had MS. Um, Ended up acing it, but then later ended up being diagnosed with it, and everyone thought I was faking it because
Oh, wow. So you thought you had
uh,
MS prior to doing that? Was that after the
uh,
storm or?
yeah, it was after the storm. Like the storm
Okay, so
was
you had gotten like the tests
July,
and
June or
stuff?
July. Yeah. So the when I first had my first like issues, it
Mm-hmm.
was June or July, and then school started in August. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I issues, and the neurologist couldn't fit me in until like December.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
actually have the tattoo on my arm the day I was diagnosed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and shortly after that, when we went on like Christmas break, I never went back to school. But I made that speech prior to Christmas break. Um, and then went on what they called homebound learning,
Yeah.
because when I was first diagnosed, I kid you not, sleep 18 to 22 hours a day. Like I would sleep and sleep and sleep and just like couldn't wake up. I was
Yeah.
just that exhausted 24/7.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and I mean I've tried a couple different medications for it.
Like for the MS or just the energy depletion?
Yeah. No, my MS. Um
Do you have medication for it
and
now?
no, I refuse to take anything because the last medication um, I took one injection and it caused me to have a severe allergic reaction to the point where I was paralyzed from my chest down.
Oh.
Um, Spiked 107 fever. My heart rate was over 200. Like an ambulance had to be called and I had to be taken to the hospital for it. Thankfully, the symptoms only lasted, I was only at the hospital for like an hour, and they
That's
gave
still
me a
terrifying
steroid
though, because then
shot,
like you're not sure, like you're like, fuck, is this permanent? Like what the fuck's going on? You know?
which it can be. I could wake up tomorrow and not walk. I could
Yeah.
wake up tomorrow and be blind. I could wake up tomorrow and be deaf. Like anything could happen. Which I need to get back on medication to help maintain that. But at the same time, I've been on 3 different medications since was diagnosed,
Mm-hmm.
and I have had a allergic reaction to every single one of them.
Do you think there's any like is there like any similarities or any common like ingredients that are in them that could be causing a reaction to your body, or your body's just like, nah, bitch,
No,
you're not healing today?
it yeah, pretty much. So the one was a pill and I would just itch all day every day and it wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
stop. The second one was just a shot. And that one literally just made me lose control of my bowels and bladder like all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I am not sitting here at, I think I was like 21, 22 years old and
Mm-hmm.
having issues like that. I was like, nope. And this third one I tried, um, like I said, I gave myself the injection around 2, 3 o'clock. And
Is it just like a vial, like how like diabetics would give themselves insulin? But like obviously probably
uh
like a different area you have to do it.
no, actually it's about the same areas that
Oh,
diabetics
is
would.
it?
Um, yeah. Your thigh, your stomach,
Mm-hmm.
back of your arm. I mean, but it, hold on. Sorry. Now it's going to be more chaos.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
children, that's okay.
Yeah, my son is being a pain in the butt to
It's
my mother,
okay.
apparently.
We understand. We
Well,
understand.
his potty chair is in my bedroom and he won't use the toilet. Here.
We can't expect you to stop being a mom just so you can do a podcast episode. It's okay.
Hey, I shut my door and locked it. He's with my
I
mother.
I just always like I make the comment because I'm just like I don't know if because you got to realize like I don't know who's in here all the time. If you don't care about your kids being seen on screen, that's your prerogative.
Oh no,
As long as
no,
we can
my
get a
kids.
clear audio, you know.
That's the issue. My children are loud. So
No, your kids. Well, let that's something that, you know, like I know I give you shit for it. We've talked about it, right? We've talked about how I've made comments about how like you're a loud person, but you've explained to me that that is also something that is affected by the MS is the fact that you're also partially deaf, aren't you? Like you have a hard time hearing.
not. I do have hearing issues. Yeah. Literally everything that you could think of your body and more is affected by MS.
Yeah.
Like brain fog and just feeling like super cloudy.
Mhm.
Um, is I get what they call floaters. So it looks like just like an orb pretty much floating around in your vision. I get pain behind my eyes. Um, my ears ring really bad.
Yeah.
Um, it
I remember
literally,
being there for a moment, like, because like I said, you know, we lived together. So I remember being there for moments whenever, you know, you would sit there and try doing like the dishes or cleaning. And I remember telling you countless times, I would look at you, I'd be like, bitch, sit the fuck down. I live here. Let me clean because other people in the house would not clean. They expected it of you. And I remember we had
I
several
still,
conversations about that because it genuinely pissed me the fuck off where I was like, I understand that you want to go ahead and pull your weight of being in this home, but also you have a condition and you've already sat here and stood up on hours on end taking care of your kids and other people's kids because there was a daycare at one point. And now you're doing
yeah,
laundry and you cooked and now you're cleaning and like you're sweeping and mopping and you're doing all these you're not you never took a second to sit
you,
down and it pissed me off
you,
that they expected this of you. And
know
I'm like,
what's
motherfuckers.
you know what's funny about that is after I had my son
Yeah.
and I literally came home from the hospital, I walked into my kitchen and started sweeping.
You're always sweeping. It's like a comfort thing for you.
I I think it is,
It
honestly.
is. No,
Like seeing
genuinely,
the
I think it really
cleanliness
is.
of it. I kid you not, sweep like 10 times a day. It's
I
bad.
I know you do. I've seen you do it. I can only imagine in a bigger house now doing it all the time. I've
Yeah.
literally seen you do it where you sweep so many fucking times a day.
Yeah,
How
it's bad.
has what are some of the challenges of like when you were pregnant? What were some of the challenges that you
Uh,
had?
None because my body went into remission. I didn't really have any issues
Yeah.
um when I was pregnant either time. My
Hmm.
daughter, I did have the issue of I got double kidney infection.
Yeah, I remember that. That was not
Because
fun. You were a bitch.
so so when you have MS, your sometimes bladder you pee 80 times a day.
Yeah.
Um, and it just so happened that I frequently did. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, I have MS, I'm pregnant. Um, it's whatever.
Hmm.
Which turned out to be a UTI, which then turned out to be a bladder infection, which ended up being a kidney infection. And I was hospitalized for 5 days, being 5 months pregnant.
Yep. Yep. I remember this.
And
So I
yeah.
knew with Big K that you were in remission. Were you also in remission or showing signs of remission when you were pregnant with little K?
hmm I was in
I don't
remission both times.
I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew with Big K you
typically,
were. I did not know with little K.
yeah, typically your body gets thrown into remission when you get pregnant.
Really? That's very
Hmm.
similar to what happened when I got pregnant with Tobias. The 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 ovarian cancer that I had. I had screenings for it prior to, and I was starting to take medication and stuff, go on treatments. And we were like discussing options, like trying to see exactly what was going with it. And without going into too much detail or whatever, because it's not my time to tell that story. But basically, what happened is that whenever I was pregnant with him and the pregnancy started going along, all of a sudden it was like we couldn't see what was like we couldn't see what was happening. The levels weren't reading the right way. It was like it just disappeared. And then after I had him, it was like a month and a half later maybe, and then it was like boom, oh, it's back. And then April of that year, so he was 3 months old. April of that year, it was like, oh nope, it's 100% officially like it's gone. So it's been remission for me ever since April of 17. But it was a similar thing, like how you said with you and the MS. It was like once I got pregnant with him, I was like, just kidding, you don't have cancer, haha.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. It doesn't. I never had the issues. I never had issues while I was really pregnant. I mean, I had the normal issues of like with my daughter, I gained like 60 pounds, 60, 70 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So prior, I was 125.
Yeah.
So when I had gained that much weight, it was a lot on my body.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to walk and stuff. I walked like a freaking penguin for so long. It seems like.
Yeah, you did. I remember
But
seeing the weight
wasn't.
gain of it, but I didn't really think too much of it. And we had talked about that because, when I was pregnant with Steven, it was like this, it was similar weight gain for me. It was like I gained about 60 pounds with him. And so I just saw it as that it was just pregnancy weight. I didn't know then as much as I know now because we were still in the early stages of our relationship with each other.
Yeah, because our kids were born right before Tobes turned 2, and then right after he turned 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was still pregnant at his second birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you were pregnant at our first Christmas in the house with Steven. You came over for that. Yeah. What have been the struggles with being, like a single mom of 2? With having MS though, has that been really difficult for you with like keeping up with them at times?
Not really. I've just like anyone, I make my accommodations that I need to, whether it be sitting on the floor and playing with them versus standing up and playing with them, or just doing. There's a saying of having so many spoons per day, and that's on what you can do. So if I know I'm going to do something with them, like go to the zoo or take them somewhere, and we're going to be like on my feet most of the time, I won't do anything prior in the day.
Is
But
that why
like
you're
we go
really big on
outside.
planning like the day ahead? You're really big on planning things. Like you can't ever do last minute shit with people. You're just
I'm
like,
not a
nope.
spontaneous person.
You're like, absolutely fucking not, get out of here. We're not doing this last minute bullshit.
No. And I mean, like, we'll go outside and play, and I'll sit in my chair and kick the ball with them or help them with t-ball. I mean, it's just regular accommodations that have just become my normal.
Yeah.
I know what my limits are when it comes to running out my energy. Because I mean, there's some days that all 3 of us need showers, and that takes the life out of me because again, the heat affects me really bad. And so like when I'm in the shower, I get overheated like really easily. So I usually do like their baths first, and once I put them to bed, then I go, because then my body has enough time
like
sitting down and relaxing to recharge.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like that's the normal life when you have an autoimmune disease.
Yeah, I feel like that's a normal life for like moms too, but I think it's just like extra steps for people like you. I think it's extra steps. Definitely.
Yeah.
I know we're getting towards the end here of the podcast. What are some things that you would like. Cam isn't focused on me. Are you sure? Wait, what? Hi, hello. Hey, I'm here. Is it wait? Ah, my eyeballs. I can't even tell if it's focused or not
You're like,
because
my eyes. It
my eyes
keeps
aren't working.
twitching on Discord.
Is it twitching on Discord?
It was, yeah.
Is it working now? Is it good now?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fine on my end. I've got Discord and stream pulled up, and I haven't seen it go on unfocused.
Well, fun fact, guys. We're going to have something really cool coming up here soon that I can't announce just yet. But stay tuned for tomorrow's stream, and I'll be able to tell you the big announcement that we have coming up. Anyway, as we get towards the end of this, what are some things Cam wants to fight me? You know what, guys? It's just this Cam just fucking, I don't know. And my my contact's funny too, so I can't even see.
Stream. Yeah, this is a pure chaos stream, so don't mind it.
Like, I was having, when I first logged on, there were issues with my camera. Like, my camera wasn't even fucking turned on. Not clear as it was before. I don't, like, maybe it's the light too. Sometimes the light does this. I don't know. I hope, does this look better? No, don't be sorry. I appreciate it, Sierra. Because I can't see because my contact is,
it's pure chaos right
this
now.
contact is blurry right now, so I can't see shit. So I'm relying on you guys. Everything looks blurry to me. Shit. What are some things? What as we get towards the end of this, what are some things that you wish more people knew about MS or about people with MS, or more things that you wish people would change about like their approach for people with MS?
Honestly, I just wish more people were educated. Because like I don't drink because I already have issues walking prior because of the MS. So I don't want people to sit there and be like, "Oh, she can't handle her liquor. She had a shot of Fireball and she's down. Like she's walking funny." When in all reality it's just because of my MS. I mean, it's not like, yeah, my body has a different reaction to alcohol. But I just honestly I just choose not to because I don't like the looks. So I kind of wish people were more educated on the difference of it because like I said, I've been diagnosed since I was 17. A really good family friend of mine didn't get diagnosed. She was like 40 after she had 2 kids and everything. And this lady still goes to concerts, like she still has a full life, like she has no limitations really. But that's why MS is known as the snowflake disease, because no 2 cases are the same. Like
we have a friend, so Wes one of my friends who's come in to chat a few times, or he's usually in chat, he lurks though. He actually had a segment where he was talking to a friend of his. Cannot remember their name off the top of my head, but I'm fairly certain. I feel like I can't remember it, but she also, I believe, is in her 40s, and she was diagnosed with MS later in life. And she was talking about in there how for her though, it is constant pain. She is constantly in pain. And there are a lot of limitations.
Always aching.
Yeah.
My head usually hurts 24/7. I mean, there's pain, like I said, behind my eyes all the time. Just my hips and my back hurt.
For my brother with his, when my brother got MS, because he had it obviously as a side effect of Friedreich's ataxia. That's not even his main disease. It was just a side effect disease. When he was diagnosed with it, he actually had the full-on curvature of the spine too, to where he had to have like a correction of it as well, on top of all the other other
My
symptoms.
right. My spine hasn't curved, but I know like my C4, 5, and 6, possibly my 7, um,
Hmm.
the protective covering that's in between your spines is gone.
Hmm.
Like your vertebrae is gone. And I think it's because of my MS. Um, I actually had photos I was going to show, but now I can't because I'm on my phone versus on the laptop.
Well, we can put them in Discord if
Um,
anybody is interested in learning more about
yeah,
MS. We will post these in the
I,
Discord.
I, I have some photos that you can like clearly see the giant white glob sitting in my brain. I always think MRIs are cool though because then you can see
Yeah.
like
I remember you got pictures back of one of your MRIs, and we sat down and we were looking at them one night. I think
yes,
I think this is one night that we actually decided we were going to have a drink in the living room. Nope, in the kitchen.
or
It was the
no,
kitchen.
in the kitchen. It was always the kitchen
It was
floor,
always the kitchen floor. It was
right in
always
front of the
kitchen
kitchen
floor.
sink. We
Uh-huh.
always sat there in a little
And
circle
a little
and just
circle. And that was if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the night that it started with your MRI pictures and ended with nudes.
probably.
I think that's how that got started. Anyway, I do have one last
I was
question for you.
actually
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was actually talking. My best friend came from Kansas.
Oh, so I'm not your best friend.
She's
Got
lit.
it. Cool. No, continue.
Okay, my best friend since 5th grade. I have multiple best friends.
Just giving you shit,
Um,
dude. I know where I stand in your life,
she
okay?
uh, she came to visit from Kansas because she got recently engaged and her fiance wanted to meet me. Um, and so he came out. He met her grandma and her aunt, and then came down to Southern Illinois and met me. Um, I was actually we were talking about how close her and I were, and I said, you know what? But we've never showed each other our nudes. And she goes, we haven't. And I was like, I've even done that with Tobes' mom. So I don't I don't know how we haven't, but me
Yeah,
and Tobes' mom has.
we have. It's, dude, it's actually it's funny. It really is. We've shared a lot. We've shared a baby daddy. We've shared some love interests. We've shared nudes. We've shared a house. We've shared a bed for a nap, I think, though. No, I think we were just laying down, actually. We were just watching like
Yeah,
shit
I
on our phones or
remember.
something. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I do have one last question for you. And then if you had any final statements or questions for me, I was gonna leave that up to you after. My final question is, I'm gonna try not to get emotional
Yes,
here.
Fluff. Yes,
So
Fluff. We did.
yes, Fluff. I did want to share some good news. With everybody's help from last month, and some arrangements that we've made, we will officially be going to see my brother Jake.
Well, that's awesome.
We are gonna leave the 16th. Um, so we are gonna go see him.
I
Um,
love Jake. He's such
and
a sweetheart.
Jake is going to be our guest on the podcast on, I think it's the 24th is a Sunday that I'll be out there. So obviously I'm gonna see him in between them, but Jake is going to be on the podcast that Sunday, so we're gonna learn more about him, and I'm gonna talk to him and ask him the same question. I want to do my first charity stream, but I would like to do a charity stream that revolves around tying together both Friedreich's ataxia and MS. And I was wondering if you would like to be a part of that with me somehow. I'll figure out how we'll incorporate it. But if you would like to be a
Right.
part of that, where maybe we can get like a
Yeah.
longer podcast segment together where we're all pulled up. And we get like, we can get Jake in here. We can get anybody else with any type of the mobility style disease. I don't know how I'm trying to phrase this right now, but all of us together and do a longer segment of it and do a charity stream. And I wanted to see
That'd be cool.
I wanted to wait until we were out here in public and live in front of an audience. So like you felt really bad if you
does
said no
that.
to me.
I'll tell you now. But that'd be really cool.
But yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun actually to go ahead. I think that'd be a good first charity stream for me because Jake is the reason why I started. And I think a charity revolving around him and his anyone differently abled, yes. And around
There
his
you go, real man.
I knew I knew Tubbsy was the one who had just taught me that phrase to say it that way. And I loved it.
Yeah,
But I haven't said it since. And so I'm just sitting here, I'm like, fuck, what was it?
One ear and one out the other.
I'm like, dude, I just had this shit. I'm like, where the fuck is this? But yeah, I think if you would be game for that, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is this doing this again?
If we could set something up, yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm so over this. All right, awesome. So we'll get that together. Jordan, before we go ahead and we close out the recording of this segment for this week's episode, was there anything that you would like to say to me, that you had questions for me, for the community? I mean, you're a part of the community, so you have a pretty good understanding of what goes on here. You rule the roost, 90% of the time. The boys just fall in line. Yeah, Wheelman, I'll message you actually after this. But was there anything that you would like to say or ask?
I don't think so. If anyone does want those pictures, I can post them in Discord.
I think you should just post them in Discord anyway in the general chat, so we all just look.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool if you're open for it. I don't think
feel like
anybody
some of them
actively
pictures are
in
really
there
cool.
would object to it. I don't think anybody who's active in there would object.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think we covered pretty much anything. Fluff, we're talking about pictures of my brain and my spine, not my nude.
Yeah, see, Sierra says she would love to see and learn more too. Yeah, I think that'd be really good. I'm looking forward to it. I am slightly disappointed because I thought you were going to get really emotional with me and tell me you're proud of me or something, but that's fine too. We can just end like this. Yeah, that's fine.
No, because Jordan has to pee.
You only praise me in private anyway. That's okay.
Good girl.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this week's episode of Sundays with Sin. And we'll catch you for next week's episode.